Good evening, Artie. You spent the day in Caledon. Just take us through, what happened there today.
Well, Via, let me start with yesterday, because yesterday was a tragic day for residents in Caledon who were marching to the local municipality demanding a piece of land within the community that they can use for housing. So when they marched, obviously they say to us that that march was peaceful, but it ended killing 2 people. The police have been implicated in the death of these 2 young men. So the one victim is 17 years old and the other one is 25, a black man and a colored man who the Deputy Minister of Police, Bongani Mkongi, visited today. When he visited the residents as well as the families of the victims, he said that there were 3 security agencies that were there during the demonstration that led to the death of the 2 men. He mentioned that there was private security, he mentioned that there was law enforcement, and he mentioned that there was police. And so now that is why the IPID has taken over this matter to look into who exactly between those 3 security agencies is responsible for shooting and killing the 2 young men. The Deputy Minister of Police, Bongani Mkongi, paid condolences to the family, saying that he will do whatever he can to ensure that he supports the family. He said that the community leaders, together with the steering committee of Caledon, will ensure that the families are supported, because one thing that stands out about both communities and something that they kept on repeating to the minister is that they cannot afford to bury the 2 young men.
Do we know who brought the private security guards in particular there yesterday?
Well, I guess that forms part of the investigation, Vuyo, because a lot of residents were saying that the security, private security had no place and shouldn't have been at the community when they were demonstrating and when they were marching to the local municipality. And so the IPID will be looking at which security agency exactly fired the shots that killed the young men, because we understand that the IPID has taken the firearms belonging to the private security, law enforcement agencies, as well as the police. They today will be conducting a post-mortem, and that will also help with the investigation and finding out exactly who is responsible. And I must also mention that there has been several people that have been injured following that protest, and you also still have people in hospital right now claiming to have been shot at by the police. And this morning we saw several parents rushing their children and their young babies to hospital after inhaling tear gas that was fired by police, because even when we arrived at around 6 a.m. this morning, we could just smell the thick tear gas in the atmosphere when we arrived in Caledon.
I mean, the families are obviously distraught of the 2 gentlemen who have died. And so is the community. How are they coping?
Well, the community, I must applaud them for, how they've, kept on with their demonstration. They were there as early as 6 a.m. in the morning, waiting for a response from the municipality, which they didn't receive. They handed over a memorandum yesterday giving the municipality 7 days to respond to them. However, they have now taken matters into their own hands. Some of the residents saying that they have now started occupying that piece of land and will not wait for the municipality to hand it over to them. So they waited the entire day until the Deputy Minister of Police came to address them. However, I don't think they were really satisfied, because they really do want answers as to who exactly shot and killed the 2 young men.
Hopefully they'll get those answers. Artie Mtongana, who spent the day in Caledon.